think we are just about ready to go. All right, we're ready to go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure I'm still kind of getting used to all this live stuff. So welcome everybody to I'm calling it the trade of the day. And so today is Monday. Where are we at? We're in October. Wow. October 6th, 2025. Things are moving, markets are moving, everything's moving. Really cool. We had the trade of the decade for me. No, it was a really crazy trade today on AMD, and so I wanted to talk about that. I did reference this on Friday, and so if you were subscribed to our channel and you saw the short that I did, I was talking about this trade right here, which is AMD. So what I liked about it is that it broke out of this initial resistance area, and we can even see it on the higher time frames. And it pulled back into the right into the zone because I wanted to get in right here. That was kind of my thought on this breakout. So I was going to wait for another day, maybe break and it broke a little too hard for me. So I was like, well, I'll just wait for a pullback. I did get a pullback, so a nice entry right there, and we had a perfect entry on the slingshot. And I do want to note in the comments, I pinned the message to get Slingshot. We actually have this still available at a 40% discount. And I'm going to show you a little bit about how Slingshot works. And so if you're not really familiar with this indicator, or if you're just, you're not really a believer in any kind of indicators, that's all right. But I love trading with these things. And in fact, this is the one that I took based off of this. And what a move. What a move. You got to go all the way up here to find that AMD trade. And so again, I do want to point out that there was news. And so nobody can predict the news. The only thing that I really loved about this was the chart pattern. And so the chart pattern, and so there could have been some stuff happening right here at this initial pop that maybe little insiders, something happening there that they knew that this was going to go. And but yeah, it went quick, it went fast, and what an absolute crazy move on AMD. So if anybody's in here, did any of you guys grab? If you could put it in the comments. If not, it's fine. But if any of you guys saw this, if you got in before this big move, maybe you're a holder of AMD, post that in the chat, because this was one of the craziest moves I think I've ever seen in a long time. You just don't go up 30% on a big time stock like this with the amount of volume. I was looking at the volume. Where's my volume indicator? And it was just crazy, just the amount of volume that there was. Yeah, so it did pull back. I ended up, getting a pretty hefty call option on Friday, or I closed out a pretty nice trade there on as soon as the market opened. Did not trust it, and so there was actually a level that I was looking at all the way over here for a basically a resistance zone. And so it actually went all the way up here to 227, which I believe is all-time highs, correct? Yeah, that's the all-time highs. And so it didn't quite tag that. It may have done it pre-market. I'm not sure if it did it pre-market or not. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of just go through and talk about this AMD trade. This was a really nice opportunity. So this actually, this is not the trade of the day. This was the trade of the weekend, right? But the trade of the day I'm going to be talking about, and it is, and actually was over the weekend as well, was a Palantir trade. And so Palantir, where were we at? We're on the 30-minute. So Slingshot. All right, let me delete some of the stuff because I had so Slingshot, and I actually did a video on this one as well. Noted a buy at the tail end of Friday, so this was, you can see the time right there, and so I noted this on one of our videos as well, and I was saying, hey guys, Palantir is a buy here, and we actually came up and hit our target, and with Slingshot, it's really great because we now have alerts, and so let me just do this, and so yeah, so we now have alerts. So you saw right here the take profit. So we actually hit one on Bitcoin, and then we got that AMD trade, and then a Palantir. So pretty awesome. So Slingshot also has alerts. That's actually one of the updates that we just did with Slingshot. So really cool. And oh, I just got a take profit hit on our scanner as well. So that's good. So man, things are moving today. We are having an incredible day, an incredible start of the month so far. And so yeah, so this was Palantir. There was one more trade, and I'll actually note this as well as a trade of the day. So we're gonna get trades of the day, and this one is still looking really good. And this is Unity Software, and so the ticker U. And so what I like about this is that it has been pulling back, but we've been kind of just getting on these dips, right? And so we've been buying on these dips. So if you buy on these dips here, I mean, you're in pretty good shape on at least on these two right here. And this was an initial really good trade here as well. So this was one on the first, and then that came up to take profit right there. So that's our line right there, that blue, that's our take profit line. And then again on Friday, I was noting this to my email subscribers that I really like Unity Software here at this price. And yeah, so sure enough, yeah, good. This was a really good price at this level, and we can even zoom out on the daily. There was it's kind of just sitting right here, and you can even move this all the way over. It's just kind of sitting right here, and there's a new there's something that I've been using. It's called Fixed Range Volume Profile, and I kind of adjusted it to kind of fit how I like to how to look, and I might adjust a little bit more, but essentially, and I don't know if you can see that or not, I made it pretty hard to, because I don't want it to just clog up the chart, but essentially it's essentially shown all the volume at these levels. And so there's a nice big pocket right here, and so essentially if it does break out of this volume node, this volume zone, I think it could just blow right past this there's like almost like a gap in volume right there. It could just fly right through and then go back up here and test these this resistance level. So I really like Unity Software right here, even at this price currently, to continue to move to the upside here. And so, and essentially the goal would be to get up here to this resistance point. So that is our, that's going to be our trade of the day. And I noted this yesterday in one of our, in one of my emails. I said that, you know, I want to be talking about this tomorrow. And so this is the trade that I wanted to, this is one of the trades that I wanted to talk about. So yeah, so Unity Software. There is one more that I've been kind of watching, and it is Target. And so the ticker T. So we did try here. And this is on the daily. You can use Slingshot on really any time frame, but I did notice that there was a really strong, a really nice buy opportunity right here on Target. So I'm actually also very interested in this one as well to continue to go to the upside. So they have some really good. They have some really good dividends, and at these prices, and I think there's just some stuff happening to where I think Target can I don't see how this can continue to just bleed like this. And I also notice here as well that it has been, you see all these big wicks right here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's this, it's kind of just stuck in this price. I think if it can break out of this 90 level right here, it could really start to find some legs, and we can even put this volume profile as well. There is a big time gap in volume right there, and I think I can even go back a little bit farther with this. And so I'm still kind of learning because I haven't really used this a lot, to be honest with you. I'm just going to be 100% transparent. But I really do like to see all this potential volume. Take profit on Unity. Sure. Let me go back on Unity. That's pretty much all I wanted to cover here on Target. I like Target here on this pullback, so let's note that as well. So Target and Unity, for a potential Unity play, for a target here. We could stick with the indicator, and it has it at 38. I honestly, that's kind of already played out. The trade has already kind of happened there. That's only a 3% anyways. I personally like it all the way back up here to resistance, and so that price will be $47. So Unity, target $47. So there you go. So yeah, so $47. That is a big 20% move. So it's kind of I don't think it'll happen in one trading session, right? But this has just been kind of just slowly pulling back over time, and I really like what it, and honestly, it could continue to go down. Obviously, anything could just anything could happen on some of these trades, especially ones that have been pulling back. But I do have this level as well if it does pull back. So I'm in. I like shares here. I like shares here at this price, because if it does pull back here, you can just grab more shares. And so that's kind of how I've how I can manage some of these positions. But yeah, so yeah, Unity looks good. So if it does break down here, there is this trend line, upward sloping trend line that it could eventually fall back into. I personally think that it's looking like it's wanting to hold this level. And so if it can hold this level, we can see it go back up to the $47 range, which is about about 22% away. So yeah, so that's going to be our trade of the day. And again, I can't stress it enough. I'm finding pretty much all of these trades. Wow, we got a lot of. I'm pretty much finding all of these trades with our slingshot indicator. So again, like I said, it's going to be right now. We actually have it as a. Where is my page here? Yeah, so our page here. So we have it. So it's only 12 more hours actually. So it's really not too far away. And this thing's a beast. This thing's on fire. This thing is a really cool indicator. So you'll go to this page and you'll read a little bit more about it. I'm not going to just go through the entire page with you. But if you have any questions about it, let me know as well. One more question, stop loss for Unity. Yeah. So that's a great question. Let's go back to our daily chart. So I have my stop, and I don't really have a hard stop right now, which is probably not the best idea, but I'm a long-term, I'm kind of looking at this position as I'm just going to be holding these shares. But if you're going to be playing a stop loss, I would have it under this, upward sloping trend line. So about, almost 20% away. And then, so this is almost like a not quite a 1-to-1, 1.24. I would have it somewhere at, like, let's just say $30. Again, I don't see it coming down that far. But again, if you're playing shares here, this is kind of the idea. What I'll do if this does break this level here, so let's just say it does come down here and just continues to break it, then I would look for more support, and I don't really see much. Maybe this level, and again, I don't see it coming all the way down here. But if it does, I would try to find another level to get in and buy in some more. But yeah, I would say a stop loss of $30 would be pretty fair for this kind of shares play. If you're doing it like, options and stuff, like, that's a whole different animal. Options, really, you don't really have you could do a stop loss on your, a market order or something like that. But to me, something like this, it's such a cheap stock. So I just usually like to grab shares. on stocks like this. But yeah, great. Appreciate the questions on the trade of the day. And so yeah, that was it. So that's pretty much all the tickers that I wanted to cover. I did want to look at a couple I did want to look at a couple altcoins, and then we'll get out of here. One of them is Link, so Link, Chainlink, looking really good. And in fact, Slingshot has already bought in. And can you go over this? Yes, I could do that. But I'll cover this 1 second, then I'll kind of go over a couple features about Slingshot and see if this is something that you'd be interested in. But Chainlink is looking like this was a really nice pullback zone. And in fact, we even got a nice signal, a nice blue candle right there. So that's our blue candle. That's on the daily. Even on the 30-minute, we had a couple really nice buy opportunities. And so I'm looking at this kind of the same way as I'm looking at Unity. So I'm not really going to be not really. I mean, I don't really have a hard stop loss right now, but I actually think I was in like down here. But a good stop area to be in would be below this prior support. And so that is at $20, or that's at 20, 30. Yeah. So I would say a hard stop of like $20 would be probably this a good a stop loss area. Now the target I'm targeting, and in fact I'm even targeting more than this, but I'm looking for it to go to break this level, and then I believe this is all time. Oh wait, no, this is not all time highs. All time highs are up here at 52, and so I was really wanting to play this to break and at least come up here to 27. And I think if it hits 27, we could definitely find it, breaking out to 30. But again, Link is one of those that I'm just going to be holding on to. I just, one of our in-house traders is a massive believer in Chainlink, and he got me convinced. And so I'm just kind of buying the dips, buying the pullbacks here. And so this was a really nice pullback here. This is a daily candle. And so that's a nice opportunity. So can you go over the Slingshot, some details? So here is what I'll just cover briefly, and you can go on this page and it'll show you pretty much everything the Slingshot offers. So essentially what happens, and that's actually a great question too, because I'm just kind of coming in this assuming that you guys are knowing what this blue candle even is. And so when you see the blue candle on the chart, and let me just go and highlight this on a live trade right now. So this is the blue candle, right? So this is what happens when we close. This candle closes. Now that is a entry position. So you get in the entry position there on that candle close. So once you see that, that is the buy opportunity. And Slingshot is just kind of think about it as a slingshot, right? You're pulling it back and then you're letting it go. And so we only go for buying opportunities. So we're not looking to go short. We're looking to go long. Every single position is a long position. So this is a couple examples. This is a Microsoft trade. And so you see these yellow candles. These are warm-up candles. And so the warm-up candles essentially means that, hey, we're pulling back, we're pulling back, we're pulling back. There could be an entry criteria. There is some. The list is long as to how we get this signal, but really all you got to do is just wait for this blue candle. It's a very simple concept. We do all the work. We did all the back testing. We do everything internally to get this on your chart. All you got to do is just take the trade. It makes it a lot simpler that way, but it's essentially a pullback strategy. So it's a very simple concept, and it's an easy pullback strategy. Once you get that blue candle, that's whenever the entry candle is. And then the take profit is the blue line. And then we even have a pretty far stop loss, and you can adjust these. We actually just did a really nice update. You see how this is a little close. Sometimes it can be a little tight on defaults, and so you can update it on. This is the wrong one. Let me actually go over here. Slingshot. Let me grab the latest. And so you can actually use custom. So you know, crypto moves a lot. So if you say you want to do a 10 and a 10, you can do that. So now this is a 10% away trade, and then this is a 10% stop loss. So you can really, I mean, let's just say you want this right there at that level. So let's just go 8% right there. Yeah, right there at that level. There we go. Perfect. And then what you can do, this is one of my favorite things, right click on the chart, add an alert. Okay. And then you go to Slingshot, and then you simply go to this function call. So what that's going to do is it's going to alert you on the take profit hit, the stop loss hit, and then the entry, right? And so from here on out, so once this comes up here, if this comes up here and it's a stop, this take profit, it'll alert you. If it hits in another trade, it'll alert you. If it hits the stop loss, it'll alert you. So all the important criteria, you'll get an alert for that. And I would show you what. Yeah, it's a very simple alert. I was gonna say I would show you what this, but this is all our Magnazone indicator or our Magnazone alerts. Yeah, this is just a take profit alert there, but anyways, yeah. So that's essentially how that works. And so again, in a step by step environment, if you want to turn, and it's simply in terms of step by step, 3 steps. You got the warm up candles. That's on the yellow. And so we don't have an alert for this because this is just kind of like, you know, it's warming up. So it doesn't necessarily, you don't really need to be paying attention until we get our trade. And so what I like about this is you just get, you know, alerts are nice because TradingView, it'll literally pop up right on your phone, and you want to be timely in these trades because they're on the 30-minute time frame. And so you want to be in whenever we get the alert. Anyways, so that is a perfect time to get in. Yeah, then you got your entry and then your dynamic stop loss, exit, take profit. So some of the it does run. It runs like it'll run right here, like on Walmart, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This was 7 in a row on Walmart when it was, and it does really well. It does really well when stocks are in an uptrend, are overall in an uptrend, which is essentially most of the stock market right now, and it pulls back, and you get really good trades. So like that AMD, even Palantir. So we can even look at that Palantir trade. Yeah. So see these trades, pullbacks. So that's 2 in a row. That's this one. Here was the last one. So this was a pullback trade right here. And so, like I said, it does really well. And sometimes it won't. So this would have been a really nice trigger. So if I would have said something more right here where it initially would go. I'd have to look at the rules and see if it would apply there, but it looks like it didn't. But yeah, it'll find really good pullback zones. Here's another Palantir, really nice trade. So here's a nice one. Boom, hit take profit. This one was a little early, but it was trying. So, but yeah, it does really well on finding these pullback trades. So, and yeah, really good on Walmart. I wanted to show you one other thing about Slingshot, then we'll go ahead and get out of here, unless if you guys have any more other questions. This is the historic. Now this was a back tested straight from TradingView, straight from the indicator with our settings, everything customized to our settings. We were hitting 88% on SPY, Costco 89. Walmart 93. I mean, it's ridiculous on Walmart. Actually, ridiculous. XLB 88. Coca-Cola KO 91, and it just literally just continues. And there's a hit list that we have. And so right here, this is all our tickers. AMD, Hood, Palantir, Nvidia, Costco, KO, all these tickers. These are the ones that we dialed it in for. That we dialed it in Slingshot, and yeah, and it's absolutely crushing it. Does it have a scanner to go through the pairs, or do you have to do each? The scanner is we actually literally just updated this, which is really cool. It's going to be in here in Telegram. And so all these stocks that we have on the hit list, so every single one of these, it's going to be posted in here in our group. So right here, and this is very new. We actually literally just launched this last week. So we actually just have we had a time with some of these alerts, but now we got them and they're perfect. And so you have you basically you get your ticker. Obviously, signal is going to be a buy because this is a buy signal, and then stop loss, take profit. And so I'll do videos in here every once in a while. And then since we've literally just added this, we've had previous trade signals. So we had Bitcoin, Palantir, and AMD so far trigger. So Bitcoin triggered a take profit yesterday, and then Palantir and AMD today. So, and those were those trades. So yeah, it's you know, and if you have any tickers that you anybody in chat here, if you I always like to do this. If you guys have any tickers that you want me to look at, go ahead and throw them in the chat. And I'll go ahead and check them out, see if we have any trades with it. I was curious if we had no. So say I was curious if we had a Tesla trade. And so we had a buy right here. And I was curious if we would get a buy today or a buy, and we did not on Friday. So I actually didn't even look at that. But and again, it would have alerted us in the members area as well. But you can use this on other time frames. Our recommended is 30. So our recommended is 30-minute time frame. Oh, there we go. There was one. I figured there had to have been on the hourly. And so, yeah, so on the hourly, really nice pullback trade. Honestly, the higher the time frame, you know, these are stronger pullbacks, really good pullbacks. That was actually the first one in a while. Yeah, so, but again, we like it on the 30-minute, but yeah, hourly, we did get a signal there. So, but yeah, sorry, I got distracted with a message here, but we're good to go. So yeah, do you guys have anything else? Any other tickers you would like me to look at? Man, look at Palantir go. Big Bear AI pulled back. Oh, we didn't get a signal there though. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones. Coinbase pulled back all the way. Oh my goodness, what a nice trade. So here was one, and it was a little bit early here. This one was a textbook though. Really, what a really nice trade there on Coinbase. And this isn't 26%, so this isn't one that we have on our hit list. But I always do like to kind of look around. Got anything on gold? No, GLD. See what Walmart's doing. We did pull back on Walmart. So yeah, we did pull back, but it didn't quite signal. I've been waiting for one. So this could have been one here. We just didn't quite get it. Just didn't quite get enough of a dip. I don't think it was enough of a dip here to find a buy opportunity. So is this mainly for stocks? I would say so. I would say so. I would say our hit list is. I mean, we got ETFs. We have stock. We have Bitcoin. We do have Bitcoin, but these are our recommended tickers. That being said, you can't use it with gold. It's just I don't think there's a ton of signals on actual gold. Yeah, here was one all the way back here on September 11th. Let's see GLD. Let's see if what because GLD could be an interesting one. Let me look. Do we have the ticker? Yeah, we do have GLD. Okay, yeah, GLD is one of our recommended tickers. Yeah, it definitely works with gold. Yeah, this is and there's a lot of gaps on GLD as well. But yeah, here was the last trade, and that was all the way back in May. So I mean, it does miss a lot. So if you're exclusively looking for gold trades, man, we might have to dial this in a little bit more for GLD. Let's see GDX. There we go. There's okay, GDX is a little bit better. We get more trades with GDX. Oh my goodness, what a perfect what a nice little pullbacks here. So, yeah, GDX, I was gonna say, because gold has been so strong. There's no way this can't be good with it. So yeah, so there's a nice trade. There was one. So yeah, we had a couple here in September. FX, Forex. Let's just look on euro dollar. Let's see what we got here. Might not have a lot of entries. Maybe have to go on the hourly. Yeah, we don't. I would say if you're doing this exclusively for Forex, we don't get a lot of signals with it. Let's go over to USD yen. Yeah, not a lot of happening. We didn't really design this for Forex, and so I'm not really shocked here that we're not getting a lot of trades. Yeah, so I would, if you're looking at Forex trades, I would say look elsewhere. I don't think this is exactly the what you would want. Let me turn that off. Yeah, there's still not a lot of trades here. But it does work on crypto. So if you're looking at some altcoins and stuff, but yeah, so there was one little pullback there. I think what happens with this, we probably need a tighter stop loss because, you know, obviously, let's see if we can customize this a little bit. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. I was going to say, man, this doesn't make any sense. So with our new settings, you can actually adjust this now. There we go. So I was going to say, why isn't there any trades? So yeah, you can adjust it on. Let's just go 2 and 2. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so I mean, it'll definitely work on Forex pairs here. You just have to dial in a little bit. We haven't really messed with this though, so you have to do something like what I just did there and adjust the custom settings, which isn't really, it's very easy. You just go here and just use your custom stop loss and take profit. So say you're really trying to dial this thing in. Let's just go 1 to 3. Might need to go a little bit less than that because this is pretty. Yeah, I mean it's definitely. I mean it's still finding those nice pullbacks. It's just I think the stop loss and take profit definitely need adjusted. Okay, so yeah, I appreciate your interest in the slingshot. So if any of you other guys are interested as well, there is the pin link. There's a link in the comments. Trade of the day was we basically found all these trades today with slingshot. So that's kind of what I wanted to feature it today. And Palantir still looking pretty solid. We're almost making a triangle here a little bit. That's actually not really perfect, but something like that. So this is a bullish pattern. So if it comes up here and continues to and it breaks this, this could be another upward move. Let's look at our trade of the day here. Unity. Unity is we're just kind of going sideways here. So nothing really to update there. Big wicks here. These are bullish candles. These two right here. These are bullish. And then we're just kind of going sideways, but yeah, kind of just slowly making its way up. Panic sell right here. So it just broke a trend line, but that doesn't mean much. So if you see that right there is a nice little trend line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It just broke that. So that could be a sign of more downward pressure, but this is also another pattern right here. So I like to see it come into this and continue this. But yeah, that's Unity. So we covered Unity, we covered Palantir, we talked about how crazy of a move AMD was, and there goes AMD again. I am out of it, but I do want to show you guys something. So this is my Telegram, and so I just shared this with our guys. 2,645%. So I got this AMD call Friday, and yeah, so just a cheap little $1.55, and yeah, nice little move there on AMD. And hey, I alerted. So I actually want to share this because this is really cool. Is I did so this is the Palantir trade. Did I share the short? I did not, but I did do. Wait, let's see. Let me go here. So I'm better. Oh, wait, what's happening here? Let me go over here to our YouTube. So on our YouTube, all right, on our YouTube Shorts, here we go. So on the YouTube Shorts, right here, I was talking about AMD, and yeah, and we got the trade there. So that was the actual trade that I took. So pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Look at that volume coming in though, and I mean I've never seen this kind of volume. Let's go back. Yeah, AMD hasn't had this kind of volume. Let's go on the daily. I mean, it's getting there. It's coming up, and we're only a couple hours in the trading sessions. But let's just go on the hourly. Yeah, that's the. I mean, that's about as most volume as you'll see on AMD. Pretty cool. Just got into trade idea or trade alert. US 100 buy. Oh, Chainlink. So, speaking of awesome systems, I mean, dude, we're just on fire today. We are just absolutely on fire today, aren't we? So we took profit on Riot, and then we just got out on a Link trade. So there's another. So this is not Slingshot. This is support resistance. So we actually have a scanner. So this is a really cool scanner we got here. But wow, nice moves. But anyways, guys, all right. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. I got some stuff that I am that I'll be doing here today. But yeah, AMD, crazy move. One of the craziest moves you'll see in a long time. Let's see where Spy. We did all this. I mean, we did all this talking, and nobody asked about Spy. Spy is always the big boy. Wow, yeah, Spy is still looking pretty strong. Not quite at all-time highs yet. All-time highs was hit on Friday, but we'll probably get up there. I could see us getting up there at all-time highs. This will definitely be resistance though, and so there's some really good resistance right there. But I hate when YouTubers get on here and say that, oh well, I'm not going to mention any names or anything like that, but everybody's always, here comes a clickbait headline that has red everywhere saying the world's going to end. And then the market pulls back a 0.5% or a 0.25%. And then the next day it goes up like 3%. So, or the next couple of days. So, I'm not going to be one of those. I'm a bull. I'm still a bull in this market right now. I know we are at all-time highs, and I know a pullback is inevitable. But I mean, when you look at this chart from all the way to April, I mean, it's literally just been straight up with an occasional couple pullbacks here and there. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why. I think it's just maybe it just gets people interested. But I'm not going to be one of those guys. You're not going to see me on here saying that the market is going to go down, 15, 20, 30, 50%, back down to where it was. I don't see that happening this year. But I do see a correction at some point coming. I don't think it's coming this month, though, to be quite honest with you. And so we'll mark that down. But anyways, all right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, and thanks you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I don't know how many are here because I don't see the number, but I'm assuming there's still a couple of you guys still watching. and yeah, so I plan on doing this. We'll see. We'll see if I could do it every day. If not every day, then maybe 3-4 times a week. It just depends on what you guys really want. I'm going to be taking some feedback and seeing. I'd like to get a little more structure with this as well. If you guys want a little more structure with it, but that's kind of how trading goes. That's kind of how trading goes. But what I'll probably do is have maybe like a handful of tickers that I always look at. So SPY, QQQ, Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, and then talk about those and see if there's any trades with those, and then I'll have a trade of the day. So something that caught my eye. I have a lot of trading systems, and we have a lot of alerts, and so there's always a trade. There's always a trade opportunity, and so I would be sharing that every day as well. So. All right, guys, get the slingshot if you haven't already. We have a really good 40% discount on it. It has been 1 year. 1 year. Wow, time flies. Find Better Trades is 1 year. The slingshot was our very first software that we launched on last year. So in October. So pretty cool. It went very quick. And so I appreciate every single one of you for tuning in, for clicking the emails, for trying our software, for trusting in us, for, just interacting in general. We appreciate every single one of you guys. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and I'll see you guys later.